Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. This is D Studio, and I'm your host, Angel. Today's episode is very special because we are not just talking about English, we are learning English together, slowly, naturally, and through real-life stories. If you are listening right now and thinking, my English is not good, I'm afraid to speak, I understand, but I can't answer, this podcast is for you. And with me today is someone who learned English not from perfection, but from mistakes, silence, and courage. Welcome, Joni.
Thank you, Angel. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. And yes, I didn't start with good English. I started with broken sentences, wrong pronunciation, and a lot of fear.
That's exactly why you're here today, because many listeners feel the same. Before we go deeper, Joni, let me ask you something simple. When did you first realize that learning English was important for your life?
I realized it when I felt limited. Limited to my country, limited to my language, limited to my confidence. I remember watching a video online. People from different countries were talking, laughing, sharing ideas in English. And I was just watching, silent.
That feeling of being silent, I think many listeners understand that deeply. Let's slow down here for our listeners. Listeners, notice this sentence. I felt limited. Joni, can you explain what limited means in simple words?
Of course. Limited means you cannot go further. You cannot express more. You feel like something is blocking you. In my case, language was the wall.
Beautiful explanation. Listener practice. Repeat after me slowly. I feel limited because I cannot speak English confidently. Joni, let's talk about fear. Many people say, I'm afraid to speak English because people will laugh. Did you feel that too?
All the time. I was afraid of wrong grammar, wrong pronunciation, wrong words. But the biggest fear was sounding stupid.
That's very honest. Let's turn this into a learning moment. Important English phrase. I'm afraid of making mistakes. Joni, how can listeners say this in a more confident way?
They can say, I'm learning, so making mistakes is normal. This sentence is powerful.
Yes. Let's repeat together, listeners. I'm learning, so making mistakes is normal. Joni, practical question. If someone listening right now says, I want to start speaking English today, what should they do first?
Start with simple sentences, not long, not perfect. For example, today, I feel tired. I like listening to podcasts. I want to improve my English. Speak to yourself. Speak slowly.
That's very important. Listener exercise, speaking practice. Pause this podcast and say out loud your name, where you are from, one feeling you have today. Example, my name is Angel. I'm from Indonesia. Today I feel motivated. Let's talk about habits, not motivation, not talent, habits. Joni, what daily habit helped you the most?
Listening every day, even when I didn't understand everything. I listened while walking, cooking, before sleeping. My brain slowly adapted.
That's key. New vocabulary, adapt, to slowly change and adjust. Example sentence, my brain adapted to English sounds. Many learners translate in their head. Did you experience that?
Yes, and it was exhausting. Then I started doing this. I described things around me in English. The sky is cloudy. This coffee is hot. I feel nervous.
Before we go deeper, Joni, let me ask you something simple. When did you first realize that learning English was important for your life?
I realized it when I felt limited. Limited to my country. Limited to my language. Limited to my confidence. I remember watching a video online. People from different countries were talking, laughing, sharing ideas in English. And I was just watching. Silent.
That feeling of being silent, I think many listeners understand that deeply. Let's slow down here for our listeners. Pen this sentence. I felt limited. Joni, can you explain what limited means in simple words?
Of course. Limited means you cannot go further. You cannot express more. You feel like something is blocking you. In my case, language was the wall.
Joni, let's talk about fear. Many people say, I'm afraid to speak English because people will laugh. Did you feel that too?
All the time. I was afraid of wrong grammar, wrong pronunciation, wrong words. But the biggest fear was sounding stupid.
That's very honest. Let's turn this into a learning moment. Important English phrase. I'm afraid of making mistakes. Joni, how can listeners say this in a more confident way?
They can say, I'm learning, so making mistakes is normal. This sentence is powerful.
Joni, practical question. If someone listening right now says, I want to start speaking English today, what should they do first?
Start with simple sentences. Not long, not perfect. For example, today I feel tired. I like listening to podcasts. I want to improve my English. Speak to yourself. Speak slowly.
Let's talk about habits. Not motivation, not talent, habits. Joni, what daily habit helped you the most?
Listening every day. Even when I didn't understand everything. I listened while walking, cooking, before sleeping. My brain slowly adapted.
Joni, let me ask you directly. Did grammar ever stop you from speaking English?
Yes, many times. I knew what I wanted to say, but my mind was busy asking, is this correct? Is the tense right? What if I'm wrong? So, I stayed silent.
That silence is very common. So today, we're going to change how listeners see grammar, not as a rule book, but as a pattern. Joni, in simple words, what is grammar?
Grammar is how words work together. It's like traffic rules, not to make driving difficult, but to help people understand each other.
That's a great analogy. Grammar helps people understand you. It doesn't need to be perfect. Let's start with the most useful tense, present tense. Joni, how often do we use this tense?
Every day, we use it to talk about habits, facts, and daily activities. I work every day. I drink coffee in the morning. I learn English from podcasts.
Listeners, repeat after me slowly. I learn English every day.
And remember, you don't need long sentences. Short sentences are correct sentences.
Now let's talk about the past. Many learners are confused by past tense. Joni, how did you learn it naturally?
By talking about real experiences. For example, yesterday I watched a movie. Last year, I started learning English. I made many mistakes.
Notice something, listeners? We add yesterday, last night, last week. These words help your listener understand time.
Exactly. Even if the verb is not perfect, people still understand you.
Let's look at the future. Many learners ask, should I use will or going to? What's your advice, Joni?
Don't overthink it. Use will for decisions now, going to for plans. Examples, I will practice tonight. I'm going to learn more vocabulary.
Let's talk about mistakes. What grammar mistakes did you make the most?
Forgetting S. He work instead of he works. Wrong tense. Missing articles like and the. But people still understood me.
How can listeners improve grammar without studying rules?
Listen, repeat, copy. Listen to podcasts, videos, conversations. Then repeat the sentences exactly. Your brain will learn the pattern.
That's how children learn, not from books first, from sound and repetition. Many learners think too much before speaking. What happens when we think too much?
We freeze. So I tell myself, say it first, fix it later.
Joni, what's your final message about grammar?
Grammar is your friend, not your enemy. Use it to help your message, not to stop your voice.
Beautiful. Joni, let me ask you something honest. When did you start feeling comfortable speaking English?
Not when my grammar became perfect, not when my vocabulary became big. I felt comfortable when I stopped being afraid of silence.
That's powerful. Many people are afraid of silence in conversations, but silence is not failure. Silence is thinking time. Let's start with the basics. Many listeners ask, how do I start speaking English with someone? Joni, what's your answer?
Use simple openers. You don't need something smart. Examples are, Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Where are you from? Simple is enough.
Listeners, repeat slowly. Hi, how are you?
And remember, confidence comes from tone, not complexity.
Starting is one thing. Continuing is another. How do we keep a conversation alive?
Ask follow-up questions. For example, Person A, I work as a designer. You? Oh, that's interesting. What kind of design?
Great example. Useful follow-up questions. How about you? Why do you like it? How long have you been doing that? Many learners feel shy talking about themselves. Joni, how did you practice this?
I prepared simple self-stories. For example, who I am, what I do, what I like. Short and clear.
Perfect. Let's model it. Joni, give us a simple introduction.
Sure. Hi, my name is Joni. I'm from Indonesia. I work in digital media. I like learning new things, especially languages.
Perfect. Mistakes happen in real conversations. What should learners do when they make a mistake?
Correct it or continue. Examples, I go, sorry, I went there yesterday. Or, what I mean is, native speakers do this too.
That's very comforting. Many learners stop because they can't find words. What can they do in that moment?
Use filler phrases. Examples, let me think. How can I say this? That's a good question. These give you time.
Listeners, repeat. Let me think for a moment. Now let's do a real conversation example. Imagine, first time meeting someone. I'll be person A, Joni will be person B. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Angel.
Nice to meet you too, Angel. I'm Joni.
Where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia. How about you?
I'm from Jakarta. What do you do?
I work in digital content. I create podcasts and videos.
That sounds interesting. How long have you been doing that?
For about 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
See, listeners? Nothing complicated, just clear and natural. Not everyone has a speaking partner. What can they do?
Speak alone. Talk to yourself, your phone, a mirror. Describe your day.
Joni, how long did it take before you felt confident?
Months, not days. Confidence grows slowly. Every small conversation counts.
Listeners, don't rush. You're not late. You're learning. Many learners focus on speaking first, but listening is the foundation. Joni, why is listening so important?
Because you can't say what you've never heard. Listening trains your ear, your rhythm, your natural sentence flow.
That's very true. Listener reminder, You don't need to understand everything. You need to get used to the sound. What kind of listening helped you the most?
Real voices, not perfect textbook audio. I listened to podcasts, interviews, casual conversations, even when I understood only 30%.
Listeners, that's okay. Understanding 30% today becomes 50% next month. Pronunciation scares many learners. They say, "My accent is bad." Joni, what do you think?
Accent is not the problem. Clarity is. People don't need perfect accent. They need to understand you.
Exactly. Listeners, repeat slowly. I want to speak English clearly. Let's practice some common sounds. Repeat after me. Think, thing. Live, leave. Ship, sheep.
Don't rush. Slow practice builds strong habits.
Many learners ask, should I learn American or British accent? What's your answer?
Choose one to listen to more, but don't lose your identity. Your accent tells your story.
That's beautiful. Listeners, you don't need to change who you are to speak English. If someone listens to this whole series, what do you want them to feel?
Hope, not pressure. That they can learn slowly, consistently, and confidently.
To everyone listening, you don't need perfect grammar, perfect accent, perfect vocabulary. You need consistency. Joni, thank you for this journey.
Thank you, Angel. And thank you to every listener.
To everyone listening until this moment, you are not late. You are not bad at English. You are learning. This has been the D Studio. Keep listening, keep speaking, and most importantly, keep going.